Rigaki pulling the disc in. It's a shorter pull, and it's going to roll out just before the corner cone there. Yeah, it definitely looks like a zone being set up here from Hot Chili. A cup with a floating defender, Mikey Lau, looking to that dump handler. Just coming in on the sideline. Tight coming into that slight breeze to get it off the sideline. Disc with Gann. Ogden with disc in hand, finds the space to O'Sullivan, who pierces the field down the middle. Howden with disc in hand, Sullivan, White, Ogden to White. This line has plenty of throwers, and they're happy to just to move it around. The floaty backhand over the top. There's a bid from both players. Foul called. Looks like it's contested. Rigaki sending it back straight away. Very short discussion on that one. The players obviously disagreeing. Contested foul. Disc back to O'Sullivan. It's very tight in the corner there. Finds Howden and back to Sullivan. Cubs close to the disc. Michael Lau's played assassination on Chodos this whole point. It looks like, I'm not sure Chodos has touched the disc, so that's very effective there. They're looking to get him away from the disc. Very influential early on. Discussion on field between Howden and Sacra. Around to Ogden, but the cup moves very fast to shut off the follow-on. Howden with disc in hand in the middle of the field. Fantastic position to be in. And he finds Gann. Again, getting as free as he wants. It's a really effective zone from Hot Chili. That's a great option that they have there. They changed things up, and it looks fairly effective. Slowed the play right down. Brunch with too many options though. Lots of players popping in. They're happy to just play the slow game. Nothing too risky. Brunch, of course, being this year's reincarnation of last year's Clench, formerly Dench, formerly Bench, formerly something else. Their club really shown a lot of promise as which was originally just a group that hadn't made the Colony cut, and here they are putting a full competition onto one of Australia's oldest teams in Hot Chili. DeBell to Junker. Baker put in a high floating disc, and it's picked off by Shepherd. Bennett with disc in hand, very flexible player, finds Wee with a big around backhand. He's called foul on the throw. Uncontested foul. Disc will come back in on 0. Shepherd with disc in hand. It's a messy offense here from bench. Again, foul called. The poach found to Bennett. And it's a throwaway disc. It's a messy offense from bench, not taking advantage. They haven't got too many turn opportunities this game so far, so they'll be pretty disappointed in that. With this offense line from Hot Chili, that's a pretty strong line, and they're not going to get a lot of turns. So we're going to get another one here. It's a high disc to Kelly, who's got the space. Fantastic throw from Regaki. Receiver couldn't have asked for anything better there. Disc to Baker. It's in the corner. Match defense used. It's a clean drop from Junker. Bennett gets the adrenaline going. He's forced, or affected a turnover, and he wanted the double happiness there. Casella finding space across the field. Bennett with a sharp backhand. It's in the hand and out of the hand for lead. Regaki looking downfield. Classic first look. Finds DeBell on the swing there. Again, he has a big reach. The defender's sitting off him, trying to negate that big reach. High disc. Foul called. Regaki's ankle clipped by the defender. The discussion will be whether it affected whether he could get the disc. Linus having a word. It's a longer discussion from Forrest. He's obviously not happy with the foul call. Doesn't think it affected play. Call retracted. Disc will stay with Forrest. So they've got that second turn they were after. And it's thrown right back. Disc in hand, looks downfield. Finds Junker. Around disc to Regaki. He's towing the line. It's a creative effort. That was going to be a toe the line and a half if you got it, but Shepherd very clear to point out, yes, your foot was on the line or past the line, and that is out. Unfortunate turn there from Hot Chili. When you've got a receiver like Regaki, if you put it to his advantage in, he's probably going to grab it. But the throw just pushing the boundary too much. Swing disc to Forrest. Finds the middle of the field. Back to Forrest. It's a high disc. Very high disc. Touched on, I'm not sure who actually got a touch on it, but disc to ground. Longest point of the game so far, many turns. It's the offense from bench on turn looking like they're really struggling to gain ground. Bell bring the disc in. 40 high disc to Kelly, who Little touch and it finds Baker. Very fortunate on the turn. Finds DeBell. Very effective as that safe swing handler. Crams into the space, but finds the disc in his hand. Huge defensive bid. It just doesn't get a hand on it. Finds Junker. Ragaki putting the disc to the receiver's advantage to the space. Fender looking a little bit winded after that one, a little bit sore. Brings the score to 3-3. This game's staying on serve. So it's a timeout called by Brunch, most likely, unconfirmed from the players. Chile unsure, which I'm going to take as Brunch called it. They're doing a lot of chat there in their circuits. They're using this time to its maximum. Hot Chili line already out. Lopari, Saka, Borowski. We've got Osmond. Lacombe. Oliveira. And the seventh player being... Can't see them. Colette putting up the high disc, looking for Gan. Floating away with that breeze. Defender just doing enough to keep Gan away. Those legs pumping fast normally. You'd probably put your money on him reeling that one in normally, but no go. McCone with disc in hand finds Borowski's hands, straight in, straight out. Chodos moving the disc across, finds White. Disc to the center, back to Chodos. No defender, don't even worry about putting a mark on. As much time in the world as he wants. Haldon with disc in hand finds his receiver's hand. Straight in, straight out. Common theme at this point. They know what they want, and that defense, that D line's earned their disc, and they have their second bite at the cherry for this game at this point. Big backhand. Oliviera with the paddock of space in the end zone for the first break the game attempt, and just goes down.
We got an easy one.
Chodos to pick up the disc. Bench offense line using a horizontal stack, trying to open up the space, and they find the wide side. Held on disc in hand. It's a fake. It would give backhand just gets there in that breeze, but Colette's does not. It gets the Mac disc just floats into the receiver's hand. Can't ask for anything more. Winchester just getting a gift there. Gan on the sideline. A lot of discs on the far sideline, floaty. Players probably not adjusting to it fully yet. Amazing around from White. Finds Gan. That's what you want. Brings the score to 4-3. Thoroughly entertaining game so far. A couple of teams with a couple of opportunities, and they're going to look to punish that as the game goes on. So far, offense running pretty smoothly. Bench pretty pumped after that point, and they're going to be coming out on this point, really looking to hammer that point home. Trying to get that D turn. A lot of sideline noise coming from Brunch at this point. Looks like there was a touch on the pull as it's rolled out the back. So that disc is going to come in the back of the end zone. To Bell, disc in hand. It's a very crowded end zone there, defensive end zone. Disc finding Forrest, intercepted. He's definitely to the advantage of Brunch here. Moves it across the field. They're going to want to use take their time in this. Shepherd, floaty high back end, finds the receiver, and that's the break they're after. That point really coming down to a really effective pull from Brunch. That touch going out the back is the absolute death of an offensive handle. That's the last thing you want to see. Baker putting up the forehand. He just did not have enough grunt on it towards that end zone there. Pete Allen looking at him. Put it to my advantage and it's all mine. I'm a little bit disappointed. Pete Allen not playing a huge part of this game so far. He's a big receiver and I'd expect to see some big plays from him later in this game. Coming in, sideline, finds the centre of field to Forrest. Denya to Forrest. Back to Denya. Call made. Unclear what it was. Again. Puts the backhand up. Players realising a little bit too late that this win, this just sit there all day. Rigaki wanting downfield, not on. Pent with disc in hand across the middle of the field. That lefty, very effective, but the D is ineffectual as it ends up in Pete Allen's hands anyway. Tight mark from Rigaki, gets it around and over to Bell's hand. The foul was called. Rigaki waiting to see if it hit the receiver before calling it back. Judging by that expression on the defender's face, he's not overly pleased with the call. Unclear exactly what the contact was. Rigaki was falling over as he threw it. Definitely a chance of contact in there somewhere. Uncontested. Rigaki wanting downfield. Again looking for DeBell, that same connection as the last throw. DeBell getting long, big bid, but not bringing it in. It's like Casella bringing the disc in from the corner. Denya, his dump. Again, setting up on this sideline as a bit of an isolation. You'd expect him to get free on Baker with his legs all day. Baker, a wildly experienced player, he's going to look to shut off the space. Contact called. Becoming a foul call. Again, looking for that across field and then just floating in the wind. That's unfortunately 2 of his throws on this point that have resulted in turnovers, and he won't be too happy with that. Rigaki with the chance to put the score in for the 3rd shot. And he finds DeBell on his 3rd connection with him. Very relaxed chat there on the line for Brunch. I guess relaxed, having fun is the general words used to describe Max Helden when he's and what he brings to the line. He's there chatting away. The hand is up. It's a short pull out the sideline. They'll have the choice of bringing that back to the brick mark, which is about equivalent to where the disc went out anyway, so surely brick will be called. And something that initially looked a little bit different from Brunch. They looked like they were going to pull the side stack, but they've just flipped it to the other sideline. Tricky as. Shepherd isolated and the defenders cutting off that space, but that leaves O'Sullivan free. Held him with disc in hand, puts the disc up high, and Lupari having none of that. Getting to the space in front. It's a little bit different from Brunch so far. They've looked to move it up the field with swings, fairly conservative play. First time they've really looked to go big over the top. Lacombe with disc in hand. Horizontal stack. Finds Borowski. Floating into the space. Casablanco, disc in hand. Quiet so far, and we'll see fit the disc moving between him and Lacombe. Powerful handling pair, those two. Very effective at Decimo together. Osmond towing the line, very effective. Great awareness of where he was. Floaty forehand. Finds nothing but the ground. Osmond, a rookie with this team this year with Hot Chili. His first season after being recruited from the Australian Quidditch team. Shepherd finding Winchester. Back to Howden. Ooh, pretty on the plate. Shepherd's pretty happy with that. That initial connection they went for, they had another shot at it, and that one a little bit cleaner from Howden into the space, and Shepherd making no mince of that. Timeout called by Hot Chili on this point. And they're a very, very vocal circle. Mikel Lacombe having a lot of words on his team. They're looking for them to fight and looking for them to just get back to basics. Mikel Lacombe, first season coaching this team, coach of the Montreal Royals back in Canada. He's bringing a whole new, different dimension to this team. Previous tournaments looking very, very organised. This game probably not bringing their A game yet, and so he'll be looking for them to clean it up. He's looking for basics from them. Disc in with Pentland there, finds DeBell. Young combination there. And it's a clean drop from Pentland. Maybe looking downfield, maybe thinking the next throw. He's got to gobble those ones up. That was a 1 metre, 2 metre pass. Pancake catch, goes to ground. Casella's disc in hand. And finds Denyo right on the sideline. Tight. Kelly with a very tight mark there. It's a blady forehand. That somehow finds its target. That's okay, and finds the end zone. As a turn, that is the that's a spirit breaker. That was the disc going to ground way too easily from Hot Chili, and then bouncing back. Bit of fortune, crossing the field, and then hammering it home. That's the fourth score for this game out of 7 for Gann. He's having an absolute ripper in the end zone. Hot Chili going again with that, with a very similar line. Looks like Lacombe bringing himself on instead of Pentland. Finds DeBell in the centre, very safe handler, moves across to Regaki. Find as the pressure gets on the game, Regaki's going to find himself with more disc in hand. Looks like a beautiful disc to Baker, who just potentially just misread the speed of the disc and it went flying past the outstretched hand. Brunch bringing the disc in from the end zone line. Forrest looks downfield. Roundtree moving the disc on to Bennett. Finds Chu. Kelly with a potential bid there. Missed out on that one. Floaty disc somehow finds our connection. Is that Swan? Swan, the assistant coach of the under-20s men's team. Oh my goodness! Forrest with the self-mac. Unintentional, of course. Somehow it ends up in the other mitt after bouncing out the right mitt. That's another break. And that's half.
pushed my heart rate up. Yeah, my heart rate's not quite high enough.
That's Rob Swan blowing kisses to all the fans at home. If you would like to send your love back to Rob Swan, jump on social media. Bench loving their social media. They've got their Facebook page. Looking them up, look up Bench, not Brunch. I repeat, look up Bench. They have a club blog. You can get on that. Check out what they're up to. You've got Bench Ultimate Twitter. And they would like to inform you, just yell Bench and the Angels will hear and send the messages through. Bench Ultimate pretty proud of being named the Australia's most fun team by Will Norton in 2015. That's an achievement. Basically, a team made of essentially, originally, players not selected for Colony, just looking for opportunities. They're a team based on fun. But to be honest, that's a good recipe in Frisbee. With numbers growing for that squad. With a team competing at Div 2 Nationals. Will leave for their second year this year. Formed in 2011. In comparison, you've got Hot Chili, formed in 2000. Tom Regacki, Steve Campbell, two absolute titans of Victorian and Australian Frisbee. Yeah, really going through a bit of a reshuffle and a rebranding this year in a lot of ways. A squad that looks up for the fight, and they've got a really big second half ahead of them if they want to bring this game back. So the second half we'll see Brunch bringing the disc in. Looks like Shepard with disc in hand. It's energetic D-line ready to go for them. And it looks like a fairly standard offensive line from Hot Chili. It's a good mix of youth, but mostly veterans on that line. Baker, Regaki, Allen, Casablanco, Sakura with the younger Kelly and Lipari. Particularly impressed with Lipari. He's energetic. He's got a good backhand. Very good overhead if he without the breeze. Maybe even with the breeze. I haven't seen him in the last little while. Casablanco disc in hand. Zone defense from Brunch. It's kind of a 2-3-2 formation kind of look from Brunch, a little bit different. They're going to look to change things up. So far, really shut down the movement, but Regaki is going to wily his way out of that one. Finds Casablanco to Lipari. It's a tight mess of players. But Regaki again finds the space to Allen. It's his absolute specialty this game, is just putting the disc in front of the players, letting them run on. And when you've got a crowded underzone, it's a fantastic look to just open up that end zone, use that space. Allen reeling the disc in. D-line of DeBell, Borowski, Osmond, Lacombe. We've got okay. Looks like Desbians. And Galt. DeBell bringing the disc in. So far, this offensive line from Brunch been very effective. Denya. Chodos. Back to Denya. That side stack not working originally, and they're falling back into a vertical stack. Collette played a lot of D this game. Straight through the hand. Turn to Galt. Bell. Said it before, but very safe hands. D-line having a very good opportunity in their first break of the game here. Commentators curse, I call safe hands, that disc goes to ground. The big around back end fooling both the defender and the offensive cutter on that one. Just flying overhead. Desmond's with disc in hand. They're around to Galt. The disc refused to get caught in that breeze there. Had every chance. Gann defending and sitting in front of DeBell. It's no easy defeat. Brunch with yet another shot. Hot Chili unable to put away defensive offense at the moment. Denya around to Colette. Chodos finds Gann in the centre of the field. The area opening up there for him. Wee wants downfield, and Denya's running into the defender there. Colette's great effort. Perspective of the commentator, it's unclear. They're having a chat. It's a bit of a bobble there as he dived, laid out and kind of bounced into his arms. So the players do have the ability to ask the sideline of their perspective. Obviously, that's not binding. So this sideline, Hot Chili player calling down across the field. The other sideline calling up. Frisbee's democracy. The decision to be made. This one taking a little bit longer than it probably should. Disc is sent back. Disc in the hands of Wee, marked by Borowski. Great effort from Colette, but after that discussion, the disc going back that whole 4 metres to the throw. Oh, poached through a catch from White, stretched through the arms of Pupko. Unbelievable. That was incredibly quick thinking from him. It's the only way to get the disc was to go through Pupko. Gann with disc in hand. Finds Ogden. The around to Gann. Floating around the front of that stack. And he finds White on the end zone line. Back to Ogden. To Colette. Absolutely love that poach from White, stretching through the hand of Pupko. The scores at 9-5. Early initiation cut there from Baker in the middle of the field. Does not get free of Denya. Rigaki finds him eventually though. That's hard work paying off. Center of the field to Allen. Rigaki used downfield on this point. Sakura late stall count. He puts the high disc up. That offensive line just not ticking over. Not the chemistry seen in previous tournaments from this line in the look. a little bit like the energy is down. Early look to Denya and the disc floats out of bounds. Regaki going back to pick up the disc now. Sacking the dump very close there and finds Baker downfield though. No dump needed. To Kelly in the centre of the field. Young player, he's looking very strong there. Kelly to Allen. Loaded disc is picked off by Wee. The actual contest was a little bit unclear from this far sideline from the commentary box, but discussion being had. Call retracted. Swan moving the disc on. Finds, it looks like Denya bangs the disc into the end zone of Shepherd. I think as soon as he released that, he knew there wasn't a lot of hope on that one. Regaki bringing the disc in, yelling some kind of instruction as he wanders up. Finds Lipari coming across the field. He's getting a little bit stuck and wants to get rid of the disc, but finds Sacred. And there are options across field, but he chooses to go to them fairly late. And the movement stagnates for Hot Chili. That stagnation forms a little bit of pressure on the handles there, and Pentland puts the disc down. Swan's throw picked off by Allen. He's asking a lot of his receiver. Regaki pulls the trigger. To Mike Kelly in the end zone. That pairing become a little bit of a honey pass. That's a few that have moved a long way downfield. Kelly moving with the space very well, and Regaki again just putting the disc up in front. I think that's something that the rest of Hot Chili could be paying a lot of attention to. It's really effective when the disc is put out to space. It's Kelly's third score for the game. So far, our lead assists coming from Regaki with 5. Second best being Brunch smashed Max Helden with 2, showing the effect of Regaki. Leading the scores for Hot Chili is Kelly, and for Brunch smashed is Alex Gann with 4. Mikey Lau with disc in hand, an RMIT student, I think his 3rd or 4th year at RMIT, key player with them in both the mixed Southern Union Games and Open Division at Australian Union Games. Haven't seen too much of him this game. He'll be pulling the disc in for Hot Chili. Brunch setting up with a very shallow horizontal stack to start. Sullivan has a big throw, doesn't let that one go. That floaty around. There's a call. Stoppage called. Unclear on the stoppage, but it doesn't affect play because Chodos holds onto the disc. So on the sideline, we have advisors stepping into the game. They're in training at the moment. They'll be joining us with this coverage, which will make those kind of decisions a lot clearer. We'll be able to communicate that home. Mikey Lau running through with the defence. Those quick legs are completely running through the disc. High disc up to Borowski. And that's an easy way to bring back one of those breaks. A lot of bounce coming out of that team at the moment. That's the attitude required. So placed on the commentator's desk is the Australian Ultimate Championship Spirit of the Game Winners Perpetual Trophy Open Division, held by Melbourne Colossus, the third team of heads of state last year, and it gets rewarded. That breeze is picking up on this point. There's definitely more pressure on these crossfield throws. Daniel possibly realising that and not very confident on the throw, wobbled out of the hand. Lacombe with disc in hand finds Regaki. Hit called, and the disc is reeled in by DeBell. I believe that would have been a turnover if he didn't pull that in. Line's shortening here from Hot Chili. They've brought both Lacombe and Regaki onto this D line. They really want to hammer this home, get the break back, and they'll be shooting again to bring scores to even if they can put this away. Again, Regaki to DeBell. In the hands, out of the hands. It's got to be disappointing. Horizontal stack. Early cut to Wee. Finds the open space. They look through the centre very effectively. Daniel with disc in hand. High around back end to Wee. Again, looks like he didn't account for the breeze coming towards him. Shepard marking Regaki. Regaki around to Junker. Very safe hands. Pick called. Back to Regaki, finds the comb. It's a turnover. Alex Shepard with the disc in the middle of the field, burning Regaki on that cut. But does not get around the outstretched arms of Regaki. It's a hard ask. As the pressure goes up, Regaki's influence in the game, or amount of possession goes up. He runs to that disc and puts the long disc up to go. It's two hands on the disc, but there's been quite a few from Hot Chili that have probably should have been received. High disc. Gets picked up in the breeze. Disc moving it fast away from O'Sullivan. Find himself in unfamiliar territory downfield. Timeout called on the line in play from Regaki, from Lacombe, and they want to break. Regaki wanting to get there. Hot Chili's nerve really been tested here. They've shown a bit more resolve this second half. They've shortened the lines a little bit. They're using their young players still quite effectively with their fresh legs. Looking to use the experience of Lacombe and Regaki. But they've had a couple of turnovers and it's been really testing whether they have that final little bit of effort to put it away. Brunch taking the break quite well. A bit of song, a bit of dance, a bit of shirts off. They're probably the only people outside of GWS fans who know the GWS Giants song. Of course, the newest team to the AFL. That song led by Max Helden. Desmond's Lacombe with disc in hand. Finds Osman, big long arm stretched out. It's a very tight corner there. He wants to get a Regaki, looks for Junker. Daniel moving through way too much power, way too fast. Shepard. Again. Pops it over the top. Call made. Call was that it was travel into the end zone, so Shepard brought back to the line. He finds Denier in the end zone. And that's a second timeout in quick succession called. The first one obviously from Hot Chili during play. Brunch looking to slow the game down, take advantage of their score advantage. That brings the score to 10-7. Not sure exactly of the game time, but it will be ticking on fairly deep into the game at the moment. This game still has a lot left to go in that if Chile can bring back at this point on offense and keep in it, their hopes will be high that they can pull back a couple of defensive points. That's really going to rely on the legs and the energy, the tenacity of their younger players indeed. Get those turnovers. Their ability to put away turnovers has improved as this game goes on. Brunch using every single second of this timeout before pulling the disc in now. Forrest, disc in. Finds Sakura to Ragaki, gets a little gainer to Castablanco. The stack is very closed in. It's a closed up and short zone. So Baker looks to put it over the top. Kelly in his very familiar spot downfield takes another grab. This time with the assist to Lapari. Easy as you like. Where was that play earlier on? Kelly's absolutely owning that the downfield at the moment. Games this weekend are 90 minutes. And we are ticking over. We've passed the 80-minute mark. We've probably got about 5 minutes left of game time. Exactly, that point was exactly what Hot Chili needed. Quick offense, put the pressure back on Brunch to see how they respond. Chodos disc in hand, DeBell shutting down the space. Crossfield. Collette with the disc on the far sideline. Pulls the trigger on the big forehand. It's floaty. It's coming back. It's coming back. Shepherd reading it the best, but still they're just having too much speed. Once that side, that rim gets picked up, that disc's going to keep on floating. If you have a look at the field flags now, looking directly across, they're quite gusty. They keep on moving around in direction, but definitely coming towards the camera. Castablanco to Ragaki's advantage, and those big limbs bring it in. The high disc to space, picked off by Howden. Howden, quick movement to Bennett. The backhand force doing the job in this circumstance. Castablanco picking off the disc. Junker with disc in hand. Castablanco to Osman, who cleaned up his scraps originally before dropping it on the second go again. Chodos bringing the disc in. Crammed it down that cram hole on the sideline there. Looking to do it again. Held him with no luck. Tries to thread the needle. Squeezes between players before the defender somehow realizes, you know what, I do have the disc. Regaki easy as pie funds DeBell. Huge break. That's a fantastic time for them to break back. They're bringing the score to 10-9. Brunch, young team, energetic team, but do they have the steel to finish off this game? Still one break ahead, but they've let Hot Chili definitely back into the game. Absolute bullet of a pull. Don't know how Daniel kept that one in his hands. Finds Wee in the middle of the field. Sullivan pulls the trigger. It's a floaty disc that's coming back to the end zone. 64, Sam Ogden pulling it in. Wiley Ogden. He knew that disc was coming back. He just waited. Took his time. First assist of the game for O'Sullivan. And first score of the game for Ogden. So by my watch, the soft cap is coming up. Soft cap will be now or very, very soon. Tension on the sideline. Mounting that just a little bit more. Big opportunity for Brunch to shout out this game on this point. Big defense. Hot Chili needing to fire back. Game's really landed on Regahi's shoulders the last few points. For Hot Chili, if it hasn't been him throwing scores or putting away the disc, other handlers haven't really stepped up yet. They've got a couple points to see what they can do. Lacombe, very vocal, present early on the game. Hasn't been seen for a while. Castablanco, disc in hand.
taking it from the end zone line as the disc rolled out. Downfield throw over the top. Gak apologising that for his standard. He thought he should take that. Probably was there. It was a stretch. But he, 9 times out of 10, probably would have reeled that one in. About 10 discs here on the sideline, then just trying to work out which one was actually the game disc. Disc coming in, Castella. Ragaki's just standing in the space. That's going to make it very difficult for anything downfield. Shep bringing Ragaki under though. And downfield's fairly messy, but disc finds Savage. Denya. Just happy to move it up the open side at the moment. Casella disc in hand. A pick was called. Discussing what the call is, what the count is to come back in. It's a long chat. And disc back in. Casella to Shepherd. Just sneaks in the pocket behind Ragaki. Nothing Gat can do about that one. Brunch's ability just to move the disc down fairly safe throws. They find safe unders, look for the break, repeat. It's working really effectively for them at the moment. The team is full of throwers, probably not with the top ability of the Hot Chili throwers, but with a really even balance across the team, lots of different options, and ones that are willing to play within their means. They know their boundaries and don't overstep them, which is really working effectively for this game. That's an early turn. Swan walking to the disc. Changed his mind. Don't want it. Casella, quick disc, a lot of contact from the mark. I don't think there's too much chat about that. Apart from Casella checking that junk was okay. Lady across the Swan. Again, Brunch very closed off to that open side, but the hammer opens up again. That's a floaty hammer into the breeze. And that's exactly what they needed to break open the field. I believe there's a chat on the field at the moment. It's one team Look to call a timeout. Little chat. How many of you had? How many have we had? They've sorted it out. So timeout is called, I believe, by Brunch. A lot of high fives. Sign of a confident team when you go for the high fives. It's the beauty of Nationals. We're absolutely packed with quality teams here, and we're streaming, and you're going to see most, if not all, teams on the stream this weekend. Next, we have Brisbane Mammoth up against Adelaide Outbreak. Two very quality teams full of packed full skill, tenacity, and I think that's going to be a fantastic game. Mammoth obviously taking out SMO and facing up against Hot Chili in the final of BCI before that game was abandoned for the weather. Outbreak less successful in those tournaments. Obviously they were regionals winners 2 years ago. Quality squad. They're going to be looking to put it all together for this weekend. Shepherd with disc in hand is going to be bringing it in. Looks like the standard O-line from Hot Chili with Steve Thomas joining. Hasn't played a lot of points this game, but now's a big time for him. Rugaki to Saka. Saka not found behind the disc all that often. Oh, and a lot of sideline noise. It's a high floaty forehand from Rugaki. Floats over the head of Steve Thomas. That breeze picking up that disc. They have the chance to put away the score. You may have heard the siren. It just went off. So after this point, it'll either be game to 14 or 15. There's a hand raised from the thrower. So yeah, foul called on the throw. They're having a discussion. Contested foul. Players return back to their position, so the disc goes back to the thrower. That floaty throw, I'm not sure I went to its intended target. Finds Roundtree. Fires an absolute bullet. It's going to be hard to reel in. Rugaki to Baker. Allen streaming under. Finds Rugaki. Thomas downfield, one of the two towers on this line. Looking to Allen. Finds Saka. Experience showing on this line. Finds Kelly. Fantastic response from Hot Chili. And that is game to 14. Chile with a mountain to climb to finish up if they want to pull this game back. Not to say they're not capable of that. There's the defense is going to be called upon. Big ask here. Brunch with the pressure on. They're going to come out on O. Looks like Winchester again. Howden, White, Rob Swan, and Denya on the line. Brunch. Maybe not Swan, maybe, no, sorry, maybe not Daniel, maybe Ogden. Mixed line called here from Hot Chili in response from defense. The less experienced McNaughton trusted on this point, is on the mark. Brave look to go to the zone defense on this crucial point. They haven't played a lot of defense this half. But this moved very well from Brunch at the moment. Howden to Ogden. The handler is stretched out nearly 4 or 5 down and back on a handler kind of line. They're happy just to dink it around at the moment. Colette. Ogden to Gann. Back to Ogden. He's just happy to distribute from the middle there. Howden. Transition called from Chile. Finds Howden. As much space as he wants. Winchester in the end zone, and that's the game. That's a huge game from Brunch, and what could be probably considered an upset coming into the game. Hot Chili slight favourites for that game. And Brunch have come to play some serious ultimate this weekend. So that is the game at 14-10 to Brunch smashed over Melbourne Hot Chili. Thank you very much for joining us on this stream. Stick around for the next stream, Brisbane Mammoth versus Adelaide Outbreak.